Hello, and thank you for joining me for another podcast. Take a deep breath with Yvonne Daniels, the podcast. I am your well being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, encouraging you and helping you to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. Of course, we're doing that one deep breath at a time, and all you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to grow and to go. And of course, if you've been checking out the past episodes, you know that over here we're all about changing health narratives and leaving health legacies. And we're all about talking about how we can continue to steward the wealth that we're born with. Of course, we talk about all the other different types of wealth, which are very important. We need to know about all of that. But health is the wealth that we're actually born with, which is very, very exciting. So, man, we know we've got to make sure that we're stewarding that health by ways of getting enough sleep, accepting responsibility for our own well-being, which is very intentional, taking deep breaths as often as possible, tuning into our bodies and moving our bodies. So yeah, that's what it's all about over this way. So once again, thanks for joining me for this episode. Matt, how are you doing today?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
Great. 'Tis the season. Are you ready for Christmas?
Oh, I am so ready for Christmas.
So that means either are you just now, this is my favorite time of the year. Are you just excited about just the season, about gifts, about family? What in particular?
I mean, really everything. I'm 20 years old, but me and my
Yeah.
friends, we still go sledding.
Wow.
Let's see, last week we went 3 times, I believe it was, and
Wow.
just doing different outdoor activities from
Yeah.
sledding and snowball fights and playing outside with my little siblings. Obviously, Christmas is just right around the corner, and
Yeah.
everyone loves Christmas. I don't think I know a
Yes.
single person who doesn't love Christmas. And yeah, getting to see family that you haven't seen in a long time, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm so ready for the Christmas time.
Yay. I feel it. I mean, I feel like you are genuinely ready and excited. And that is really cool that you keep it young at heart with the snowball fights and the sledding and all that kind of stuff. It's that is so important. And I love the fact that you said that, you don't know anyone that doesn't love this time of year, doesn't love Christmas. But, there are some people that, find this to be kind of a sad time of year. And that's what we're going to talk about today is, well, actually, before we do that, we cannot forget, how do we start off our episodes?
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on. In and out. Yes, giving your body permission to relax. All right. So we are still in the month of December. Christmas is all upon us. And I actually, Matt, have a birthday coming up. So that's one reason why it's my favorite time of the year.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. But, this is also Seasonal Depression Awareness Month. And so we want to take some time to kind of acknowledge that and to kind of find some ways for anyone out there that may be suffering from seasonal depression awareness. Now, in shorter days and shifts in the weather, that a lot of times will zap your energy and make you feel blue. And if this is the case, then you have got classic symptoms of SAD, which stands for seasonal affective disorder. Now, experts aren't certain why some people experience seasonal affective disorder, but some think that these seasonal changes disrupt the body's circadian rhythm. And this is the internal body clock that regulates how we function during sleeping and waking hours, causing us to feel energized and alert sometimes, but then sluggish and drowsy at other times. There's another theory out there that the changing season disrupts hormones such as serotonin and melatonin, which helps, of course, to regulate our sleep, our mood, and our feelings of well-being. Now, whatever the causes of one seasonal affective disorder may be, the signs and the symptoms are typically a lack of energy, feeling depressed, trouble sleeping, a loss of interest in usual hobbies and pastimes, and difficulty concentrating. Weight and appetite changes are also common. More severe cases can lead to hopelessness and guilt, as well as thoughts of self-harm, which we definitely want to prevent if at all possible. Now, fortunately, there are some things that we can do, which is what I'm always an advocate for, things we can do to fight against the symptoms of SAD or seasonal affective disorder. So this is another thing too. If you, have your friends or loved ones that are, exhibiting any of these symptoms, just check on them, talk to them, see if there are things that you can do to help them kind of get through this. All right. So there are some things, once again, that we're going to talk about today to ease your symptoms of seasonal depression. And one is it is suggested that you talk with your doctor, okay, your doctor or your healthcare provider. Seasonal affective disorder is classified as a form of depression, and it needs to be addressed by a mental health professional. So it is suggested that if at all possible, that you go and talk to your doctor or healthcare provider. There are a number of screening questions that can be helped to determine if it is, a diagnosis that they can give you. So that is the first thing that is suggested to do. Your doctor hopefully will be able to sort out whether you have seasonal affective disorder as opposed to some other form of depression. So definitely want to make sure that we do that. The second thing is to ready your mind in the fall. Now, regularly allotting time for mood boosting activities can help you feel physically and psychologically healthier. And this is according to a psychologist. It seems that it's better to set yourself up for the winter season by starting in the fall season, doing enjoyable activities. And Matt, you hit the nail on the head. It looks like you are well on your way to just being happy, healthy for a lifetime. Just if you keep it young and you keep it moving your body, getting out there, in the snow, sledding. And I'm just a big advocate. I love for me, the cold. I know a lot of people just hate the cold, but I don't know, for some reason it just stimulates my mind and when I'm out there, if for no other reason than to get out of there as soon as possible. Like outside, it's like, okay, let's move fast so we can get out of here. So, but I love it. But that is definitely suggested to do those enjoyable activities, initiating friend group chats and outings. Make sure those friends are positive. You don't want no downers. Okay. All right. Choosing fun hobbies, engaging in clubs or community service. I am huge on the community service. That gives you a feeling like no other. So if you are not involved in your community in service, I truly suggest that. And regularly taking part in these activities ahead of time is much easier than trying to start from scratch once the winter blues, quote unquote, have already set in. So yeah, prepare that and get that going in the fall. And I say do it all year long. Also, there's something called, you can try the light from a box. So bright light therapy. It involves exposure to artificial light to keep your circadian rhythm on track. And so research shows it's widely considered a first-line treatment option for seasonal affective disorder. Now, one way to try bright light therapy is to use a light therapy box. It's also known as phototherapy boxes. And these devices give off light that mimics the sun. So typically you'll sit in front of the light box for about 20 to 30 minutes a day. It's believed to result in a chemical change in your brain that boosts your mood and alleviates symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. Now, experts usually recommend using the light box within the first hour after you wake up in the morning. Okay. And although it's often safe and effective, light therapy boxes are not regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. So be sure that you talk with your doctor about whether a light therapy box is right for you. I'm a big advocate for doing what works for you. Everything is not for everybody, for sure. All right, so let's go on. We've got a few more to talk about. Dawn simulators. This is the first of me ever hearing about this. So Dawn simulators can help you with your seasonal affective disorder. They're devices that are alarm clocks. So rather than waking you up abruptly, which can be very unnerving, with beeping or loud music, they produce light that gradually increases in intensity, just like the sun. So very natural. We love that. Different models of Dawn simulators are available, but the best ones use full spectrum light, which is closest to natural sunlight. And these are some great gift ideas, especially if you know anyone that's suffering with any of these symptoms. These are great gifts to give them. All right. Just definitely showing that you love and that you care. And so a couple of more we've got here: prioritizing social activity. So research has found a casual relationship between social isolation and depression. Yep. So one study addressed the mental health impact that we experienced during the quarantining during the pandemic. So researchers reported that finding creative ways to stay connected with others is important. So if wintertime darkness or weather has you staying indoors more than you desire, there are ways other than in-person interactions to socialize. So when the weather in the wintertime hits, and it makes it super cold to be outside or unsafe to drive, you can FaceTime. Yay, we love a good FaceTime with friends and extended family members, or you can set up Zoom calls. We used to do that with my family back a year or two ago. We were really, really into the pandemic. My family and I would set up monthly Zoom calls. We'd all get on there, about 20 of us, and we got a chance to see each other, get updated, and it really, really does make a difference. All right, so it's definitely something you can add. And this last one we're going to talk to is, I love this one. This is one that's close to my heart. Adding aromatherapy to your treatment plan. I love a good aromatherapy session. So aromatherapy is the use of essential oils and therapeutic purposes, for therapeutic purposes, I should say, and it may alleviate, lessen the symptoms of your seasonal affective disorder. So a review study from 2020 indicated that essential oils could reduce symptoms of depression and other psychological issues like anxiety and sleep problems. And although the study didn't address seasonal affective disorders specifically, the authors noted that the evidence of the mental health benefits of essential oils is limited. So it was too soon to draw conclusions about their usefulness, but I can attest, for me, I love aromatherapy. I love lemongrass oil. I love lavender oil. I love eucalyptus. And I use them, I'll be honest with you, I use them for just about everything. Cleaning, in my laundry at times, and just, even spraying it around the house. It just really it is very uplifting, and it's just so refreshing. So definitely add a good aromatherapy treatment plan if you are experiencing, or someone that's experiencing the seasonal affective disorder symptoms. All right, so man, I tell you what, I have some more that I wanted to talk about, so we may come back on another episode and get through some of the other ways that we can help alleviate these symptoms as I don't want to say we're not celebrating it, but we're highlighting Seasonal Depression Awareness Month. And of course, we want to do that as we come into and as we are in full swing for the Christmas and holiday season. So, man, I thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels. Matt, how do we end each and every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on. In and out. I encourage you and suggest and ask that you would comment, like, share, subscribe, and that you would check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. All right. Until the next episode, have a wonderful Christmas. Man, if we don't see you, we may take a couple of weeks off for the new year. But I tell you what, just continue to take care of yourselves. Take those deep breaths. All right. I tell you what, and I will check you out on the next episode.
Good stuff.